Hi everyone, my name is Matteo Gabrielli, I'm a solutions architect at Amazon Web Services, and today I want to show you how you can empower your business use cases by getting insights from text. So I will bring you through the need for automating document processing. We will have a look at the challenges and how AWS can help mitigate these challenges. And then we will have a quick look at a demo that is an AWS solution called Document Understanding Solution. So what is the current state of documents? Well, for many industry, documents are the primary business tool. And we can think about documents as email, internal documentation. It could be menus, invoices, technical documentation. And all of this data is in different data stores across the business, right? And is rarely decreasing as number of documents, right? This number is usually growing and growing year over year. Gartner research claimed that the organization worldwide record a 25% growth in usage of paper each year. So I don't want to focus that much on that, as all the challenges that this can bring, right? So how to extract information at scale and how to avoid to be prone to errors in the processes, right? So let me recap. What are the challenges in processing documents? So first of all, if you're doing this manually, probably is really time consuming. It could be error prone and most of the time expensive. It doesn't really scale well. And most of the time, if you're doing this, probably we are using some rule-based system, and those are not really flexible. Most of the time, if we want to extract information and we want to leverage machine learning, probably we need to have a set of skills in order to do that. Oh, and also maybe data that is labeled. Many times also we want to incorporate in this process the human in order to verify and be part of this workflow. So how AWS can help? Well, let's focus on this use case of understanding documents. So what is the first action that we have to do? Well, we are given a document and we want to extract information from there. So extract the text that is in documents. Once we have this raw text, we want to make sense out of this data. And we want to loop, to add a human in this loop to verify that the information extracted and the sense we are making out of this data makes sense. So who is gonna help in implement this workflow? It will be AWS EI services. And let's put EI services in a context. So the context in this case is the AWS machine learning stack. As you can see, there are three different layers. At the bottom, you can see the machine learning frameworks and infrastructure layer. This one is intended for expert practitioner, right? You can find in there the more common framework, machine learning frameworks, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Apache MXNet, the deep learning EMI and the containers, GPUs. Then in the middle layer, those are the machine learning services that make it easy for machine learning developers and data scientists to build, train, and deploy machine learning models. And this is happening leveraging Amazon SageMaker and its features. What we are going to concentrate on today and is the last layer, the top one, and those are EI services. Those are these EI services allow all developers to use pre-trained model to add intelligence to any application without machine learning expertise, right? So what we are going to have a closer look today at, it will be comprehend, textract, Kendra, and comprehend medical. Then we will also talk about Amazon Augmented AI. But let's start with the first. Amazon Textract. So Amazon Textract is a service that extracts text, form, and table from document. It could be PDF or images. What are the advantages? Well, that I have an intelligent OCR tool that is able to extract all of this information starting from my input, and I don't have to have any machine learning experience in order to do that. I can just invoke Textract through an API. And this means that I can just build my workflow. So for example, given an input, use Textract, extract the information, and insert this information inside a database. And this eliminates the manual effort of doing this, and of course can lower the document processing cost. Comprehend is the service that will help us in discovering insights and relationship in text. And as you can see, the input, it could be text in general, so email, chat, social, phone calls that are transcribed, and we want to apply comprehend on this text in order to get information as what are the entities that comprehend recognize. So are there some name of people? Are there some name of organization? So what are the key phrases? Are there some personal identifiable information? What is the sentiment of the text you are giving me? Is positive? Is neutral? Is negative? I can use comprehend to train and to do document classification, topic recognition, detect what is the language, syntax, and also events. Where is Amazon Comprehend used? Well, there are several use cases, but for example, some of that could be intelligent document processing, that is the one we are looking at today, but there's also customer sentiment analysis, contact center call analysis, because maybe we want to recognize what is the sentiment during these calls, or maybe what is the topics they are talking about. And also in PII detection. We will see this later in the demo. There's another version, let's call it like that, of Amazon Comprehend, and this is Amazon Comprehend Medical, that is based to be specialized in the medical text. So you can, for example, detect entities as medication, medical condition, test, treatment, and procedure, anatomy in the text, so body parts, for example. You can extract also the relation, because there will be a relation, for example, in between a medication and a dosage, and entity traits. So all of these complex way of recognizing these entities or relationship between inside the text is abstracted to you through API calls. So you can just give your input text and decide what you want to get out from there. Amazon Kendra is an intelligent search service powered by machine learning. In this case, the idea is to do some intelligent search, right? So we want to move from this lexical, so using keywords, to intelligent search, which is searching for information by meaning. This use natural language understanding and other machine learning model to take advantage of the rich context in unstructured content, the one that we are providing, and get much more accurate search results than what we can do with a lexical search, let's say. Later on, we will also see how these compare this lexical search and intelligent search in the demo that I will show you. The last leading actor that I want you to present is Amazon Augmented AI. That is, it allows us to easily implement human review of machine learning prediction. How does it work? So we want to incorporate our reviews, right, inside our machine learning workflow. So we can do that with Amazon Augmented AI. And this allows us to reduce the time in order to build all of these. Because, for example, imagine if you have to do some reviews, sometimes you have to expose an interface for the user to select, yes, this is correct, or no, this is not correct. So Amazon Augmented AI is providing you some pre-built UIs. You can define what kind of workforce you want to dedicate in order to run these reviews. It could be a private workforce. Maybe you want to use a vendor that is trained on how to review the data, the prediction, or maybe you want to leverage the public workforce. This is, for example, the case as Amazon Mechanical Turk, right? And yeah, you can integrate it with your custom machine learning model, and you can use pre-built algorithms to increase accuracy. So, for example, how does it work? We can think about the client application that is sending the data, and our machine learning model making predictions. Well, what can happen is that our machine learning model can return a high confidence prediction. And so we are good probably with that, because we know that is confident in that. But what if the confidence is low? Maybe we want to send it to our human review. And in this case is where the review are consolidated in using Amazon Augmented AI. And we store these results, for example, in a S3 bucket. And from there, we can come back to our client application. Why not? Maybe we can use the data that at step 6 we have in order to improve our machine learning model, right? As an example, I wanted to bring you an integration example between Textract and Amazon Augmented AI. So using Textract, but also then incorporate some human reviews. And this could happen, for example, for regulatory requirements, but also when we have to take sensitive decision and we want to decide to have a review. Or maybe it's because Textract is doing its best, but probably we really want to double check because there are hard to read documents. And so maybe we have to incorporate some reviews. And well, of course, the goal is to human to review and to provide an oversight. Let me bring you an example of what condition can we define using Amazon Augmented AI. We can play with the confidence score. For example, we can say if the score is less than 90%, send it to review. But we can also say, for example, trigger a human review if you don't find a field. For example, if you are not finding the name or if you're not finding the account number inside the document. Or we can send just a random sample of prediction to Amazon Augmented AI. So review for a 10% sample of all documents. Why not? Okay, now that we have a better understanding of what are the services, the AI services that will be involved or that can be used, you can think about these AI services and the AWS services in general as Lego blocks that you are trying to put together in order to create your solution. And in this case, what I wanted to present you is the document understanding solution. And as you can see, these 4 components are going to work together. and Act, so Amazon Comprehend Medical, Amazon Textract, Kendra, and Comprehend. So then when we get some documents in input, they are going to extract, understand information, and also index this data in order to perform OCR, form extraction, intelligent search, table extraction, entity detection, medical entity detection, and reduction controls. So let's go and see how this looks like in a demo. This is the document understanding demo solution that I have deployed inside my AWS account. Later on, I will tell you more about how and where you can find this CloudFormation template just to launch and to deploy it inside your AWS account. So as you can see, there's 3 different main things we can do with the document understanding solution. One is the discovery. We can work with compliance, so redact information and integrate this and do some workflow automation. So now we are in the list of documents. The documents that you see here are example documents, but you can, of course, bring your own documents in there, or remove or explore inside these documents, or just search by keywords. What I wanted to show you is, for example, going into a document and try to find if there's, for example, some difficult elements to extract, as for example, this table, right? What I can do is just preview this document and maybe select some part of it to extract. And as you can see, is detecting the text that I'm highlighting. Or I can just ask to search for a keyword like health. And what I can also do is to convert all of this document into raw text. Or maybe, as we have a table in there, asking to identify the table. And is correctly identifying the table 1 as 4 rows, and I can download this table as a CSV. Another really interesting feature, so in this case, who is doing this job is Textract, doing the raw text, extracting the raw text, or key value pairs, or the table. What Comprehend can do is detecting entities. So, for example, on this page, page 5, I can say detect organization. And as you can see, it's going to highlight what are the organization, as for example, this, or also the American Diabetes Association. I can also, since I see a lot of numbers, ask him to detect quantities, and is able to detect. Another feature that I wanted to show you is the Comprehend Medical one. So as you can see, when I go to medical entities, this time I'm able to also identify medical conditions, test treatment procedure, protected health information. So let's have a look, for example, on medical condition. And as you can see, diabetes, prediabetes, pregnant, those are all medical conditions that Comprehend Medical is able to identify. Another thing that I wanted to highlight is the possibility of, for compliance reason, to redact this information. For example, let's think if, for example, we want to redact all of the medical condition, I can just click here on redact. That is going to remove all of these informations, and then I can download my redacted document or clear the redaction. Now, there are several use cases. One of these could be personal identifiable information that we want to remove easily from a document. Well, we can just redact this information automatically. Let's see how starting, for example, a search between documents at the moment. So if I'm here and I'm writing diabetes, okay, let's try now to search through documents, the information I'm looking at. So what about if I'm searching diabetes? As you can see, there's 3 different tabs. The first one is the results that I get from a keyword search. And those are provided leveraging Elasticsearch service. Then I can get my results, the one that Kendra, the service we were looking at before, is providing me. And of course, in this case, we are talking about a semantic search results. And there's also the possibility of comparing these 2 results. As you can see, Kendra, and I really suggest to look in the product page, in the feature section, at all the capabilities that Kendra has. For example, is highlighting the frequently asked question. So is providing me the information that I need, or maybe documents, and I can also provide a feedback to these results, right? If they were relevant or not to me. Okay, let's get back to the presentation for the last information that I want to share with you. Okay, so some details about the document understanding solution. So as we saw, the document understanding solution is also really nice to demonstrate the value of intelligent search. I really suggest you to do some tries also leveraging this comparison and seeing how Kendra is and works in order to provide you the results, the most relevant results. Well, but maybe you are wondering how is actually all of this assembled together? Well, also on the AWS solution page you can find this architectural diagram, and as you can see, there's several services involved. Some of that were not mentioned today, but I was talking about Extract, Comprehend Medical, Kendra, but of course the data is also stored inside S3. We have some Lambda doing some operation, so executing some code. We are storing the data inside DynamoDB. There is Elasticsearch as well in order to provide a comparison with Kendra, and the application that we are going to deploy when we deploy the document understanding solution is leveraging Cognito for the authentication and CloudFront for the distribution. So what is also really nice about having and starting exploring the services from AWS solution is that those, for example, the document understanding follows the well-architected framework. A lot of principles and a lot of best practices all together, and you can use it starting from now to process hundreds of thousands of documents. The code is open source, so you can find the solution and also tweak it and maybe adapt it to your specific use case. And is built using popular technology, CDK, React, in order for the front end, and CDK to define the infrastructure. If you are wondering how to get started, on GitHub you will find the code for the solution. There are blogs talking about that, and also the page inside the AWS solution. You can download or directly launch through a CloudFormation, one-click CloudFormation template deploy inside your account. And if you need any help or you want to further explore, feel free to reach out to AWS. These services, here just a list of compliance, let's say, programs that these services fulfill, and just to have an idea that these services are used not only for proof of concept, but also in productions environment to fulfill all the business use case you need. Thank you so much. And if you want to explore more about machine learning on AWS, just click on your URL bar ml.aws. And thank you so much for spending time with me. I am Matteo Gabrielli, and please, if you have any question, feel free to reach out.